As the San Francisco 49ers continue to finalize their roster, getting it from 90 to 53, we do have some good news of players who have returned to practice today. Obviously, a lot has been made about Ricky Pearsall and the injury that he has suffered to his shoulder. It is just like Kyle Shanahan discussed. He did return to practice today. He was wearing the blue non contact jersey, but he was still participating in pretty much everything from the reports of practice today. So that is a good sign regarding Ricky Pearsall because we were having a conversation at one point about the potential of him starting this year on injured reserve. That seems to be a bit of a thought of the past now, as long as he can remain healthy and continue to stay out there on the field. So, good news with Ricky Pearsall out there practicing. He now has 2 weeks to get ready for the first game of the year, which is against the Jets. And that might be the first time we actually see Ricky Pearsall. So we'll continue to keep an eye on that situation. But we also got some other good injury news on two other players. Isaac Yiadom. So Isaac Yiadom has been out for a couple weeks now. I believe he rolled his ankle or something along those lines. And he had missed the last couple preseason games. And the San Francisco 49ers obviously have turned to Renardo Green, who has played really, really well. But Isaac Yiadom was kind of the clubhouse leader to be that third cornerback to pair with Deommodore Lenoir and Mooney Ward. So good sign to see him back out at practice. He would look like a full participant today. So getting Isaac Yiadom back, I think, is a huge positive because I think he will play a lot for this team this year. I would imagine him and Renardo Green will mix in throughout the regular season, but I do anticipate if Isaac Yiadom is healthy, we might see him first just because Renardo Green is a rookie. We do know the 49ers tend to like to play veterans. But again, that's all dependent on how the rookies play. But they typically lean veterans, so we could see Isaac Yiadom get a look prior. And in that same context, let's talk about Spencer Burford. Spencer Burford returned to practice today, appeared to be a participant in team period. As we know, he broke his right hand, I believe it was, and he was sporting a cast throughout a good portion of the earlier training camp practices. But this does appear to be his first time back into the rotation in team period. And the development here is Dominic Pooney is still your starter. So that is, again, we heard it from Kyle Shanahan on KMBR last week. Then it was followed up by John Lynch on KMBR the following morning, saying that, yes, Dominic Pooney is our starting right guard. And it's proven today based on practice and based on Pooney continuing to be the starting right guard. So, good sign that Spencer Burford is back at practice, but unfortunately, the injury did open up the door for Pooney, and Pooney is not letting it go. So, we'll see what the 49ers plans are for Burford, if it will just be to be a backup at right guard. If they experiment with him at left guard, I don't know if they would have him at center. But I also have heard a lot of people talk about moving Spencer Burford to tackle. I'm not a huge proponent of that. I didn't love him as a tackle at UTSA. I always thought he was a guard when he was coming out. And it's also been my hesitancy to kick him out to tackle. He's obviously played tackle in college. I just didn't think that was his best position. They could obviously toy with it and play with the idea, get him some reps out there, but I don't know what the plan will be for Spencer Burford and how they try to fit him into the lineup, or if they just use him as depth. So these are the updates regarding the San Francisco 49ers and all the things coming out of practice today. So let me know what you guys think about all of this stuff in the comments below. And as always, make sure to like and subscribe for more updates.